The Canadian Tulip Festival is proud to present Dutch Folktales. Today's story is The Pole of Oosterlittens. Once upon a time, in the town of Oosterlittens, there lived a shoemaker who was always short of money. Oh, he worked hard. His wife was thrifty, but a growing number of children made it impossible to make ends meet. Nevertheless, the shoemaker was a happy fellow who was always convinced that there were better times ahead. One morning, he said to his wife, "Last night, I had a dream that I would find my fortune in Amsterdam." "Well, it's a good thing that Amsterdam is not next door," his wife replied. "You would be foolish enough to go there. Dreams are a delusion. Now get up and feed the chickens." Well, the shoemaker kept silent about it, but the whole day he was unable to get the dream out of his head. The next night, he had the same dream again. Well, he thought this had to be a sign, so he mentioned it to his wife once more. However, she refused to talk about it and sent him off to milk the cow. The third night, the shoemaker had the same dream yet again. And that morning, he made up his mind. He would seek out his fortune in Amsterdam. After a journey of many days, he finally arrived at the great city. He walked around a bit without knowing exactly what to look for. The first day, he found nothing. The second day, he found nothing again. On the evening of the third day, as he was about to return to his room, a beggar approached him. "I could not help noticing," said the beggar, "that you've been wandering about for 3 days. Are you looking for something?" You will think I am foolish," the shoemaker said. "But at home I had the same dream 3 nights in a row. I dreamt that here in Amsterdam I would find my fortune." The beggar started laughing and said, "So, you are a fool that believes in dreams. Well then, I have one for you. Not long ago, I had the same dream 3 nights in a row. I dreamt that in the middle of a meadow behind the house of a shoemaker, there is a pole where a pot of money is buried. Am I crazy enough to travel to that place? No way! Dreams are a waste of time." "It's probably best that I go home," the shoemaker said, and off he went. Once home, he found the pole and started digging. Well, his wife laughed and called him names, but before long, he had pulled a pot full of money out of the hole. "Well," the shoemaker said, "didn't I tell you that I had to go to Amsterdam to find my fortune?" Well, his wife had to admit that he was right. They agreed to keep the discovery a secret. The treasure was saved for a rainy day, and the pot was left by the fire to make a lovely stew. There was a curious inscription on the pot, but they couldn't read it because it was in a strange language. Now one day, a learned man came to visit. As he sat down near the fireplace, he spotted the pot hanging above the fire. He looked at the inscription and asked where the pot had come from. "I brought it from an iron merchant," the shoemaker said. "Do you know what is written there?" the man asked. "No," said the shoemaker. I don't understand the language." "It's Latin," the man said. "It says, 'Underneath this pot lies another.' What a curious inscription. I wonder what it means." "I have no idea," the shoemaker said. As soon as the man was out the door, the shoemaker started digging so hard that lumps of earth flew through the air. And wonder of wonders, he found another pot that was filled to the rim with money. He was now a very wealthy man. In time, in order to mark his good fortune, the shoemaker replaced the wooden pole with a stone one. And to this day, more than 100 years after his death, that stone pole stands there still.